Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic we are going to be talking about the narcissist spirit that lives inside of law enforcement. I just thought this subject was a great subject because I personally went through this, and as I'm witnessing this event that happened with this lieutenant in Virginia, I wanted to share you guys my thoughts on this.
Get out of the car! Open the door slowly, get out!
Get out of the car, now! Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car!
Now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now!
Serve this country and this is how I'm treated.
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I don't know, babe. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now!
He knows how to obey. He feels like
What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
he put in the time and the work, and you gotta obey him.
Get out of the
He's
car
in
now.
power.
Get out of the car
Who's
now!
in power? He's in power.
Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order.
Yeah,
Obey
do
it.
whatever your boss tell you to do, sucker.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Get out.
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What?
Get out! You're going to stop for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point.
You don't even know what you're talking
on
about.
arrest. You're being detained, okay? You're being detained.
Look, he like, I don't know what boss talking about. I don't know what boss man talking about.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
No, I don't want to get my hands off you because you think you're better than me. You think you're better than me. You're
Get out of the
not.
car now.
So I'm gonna
Get out
kill
of the car
you.
now.
I'm gonna kill you.
Get out.
Okay. I'm trying to talk.
Look, I'm trying to talk to you because my boss is gonna kill
out.
you.
Relax.
My
Get out
boss
of
is
the
gonna
car
kill
now.
you.
Now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on.
We hate you. We want you dead. The demon wants you dead. The demon
Get out
knows
of the
you
car.
got light, bruh.
Get out of the car now.
I don't even want to reach the bus seat.
This
Take your
is
seatbelt off and
scary.
get out of the car.
This is scary, bruh.
Get out of the car now.
This is terrifying.
Listen. Take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look at the demon.
Look, I'm just. Gonna,
He's confused.
You're
He's
gonna
like,
take
we
control.
took
Get
it
out of the car.
overboard.
Take
I
your
don't think
seatbelt
he
off and
has
get out.
anything.
Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Yeah,
Take
sell your
seatbelt off
soul.
and get out of the car.
Sell your soul for your boss man, devil.
Out, please.
Sell your soul. Come on.
This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist? Corporal?
He's like, what has gotten into
Lieutenant,
my
get out of the car.
boss?
Take
A
your seatbelt
demon,
off and get out of the
bruh.
car. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground and you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going
ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on?
You're not.
I'm a demon. That's all you need to know.
About what's going on?
I'm
Why
possessed.
am I getting?
So I really, you guys, I'm disgusted. I'm so disgusted. I'm just like, I'm so sick of these demons. It's ridiculous. I really don't keep up with the media, but someone I know sent me this, and when I saw it, I knew what it was up front. And this is why it's important, especially during this time that we're living in, you know, to stay indoors, because when you have good energy, this is what gang stalking is about and what my videos have been about, that energy following you. Do you guys now see why I tell you guys there's no point on asking the narcissist why they do the things that they're doing? Like, the why. You see that they couldn't even tell him why. Brutally pepper sprayed a lieutenant that was in the military, a lieutenant. He pepper sprayed him, forced him out of the vehicle, never gave him an explanation to why he was being arrested. And the whole time he was so aggressive. It was so much hate in his eyes. It was, oh my God, you could see that narcissist demon. Like, as soon as I saw it, I said, that's a demon. That's a narcissist demon. And you could just tell in his eyes, his demeanor, everything. And when he opened the door, I was thinking to myself, this demon found this military man. That you know that the narcissist spirit senses you. They know this narcissist spirit is always watching you. So one thing I noticed about this video was that the military man had a dog in his trunk. I automatically knew he likes animals. He's in the military. In the beginning of the video, he was chewing gum, like he already felt the negative energy following him. And his consciousness was telling him, like, pull over here because something's going to go down. Because the God in him was telling him to pull over, because a demon it's on your bumper following you right now. Pull over. You could tell that that's what was going on, was that he was very relaxed. He knew that he couldn't act hysterical or get mad or give them an attitude and tell them, why are you pulling me over with an attitude? If you really see his expressions, he was calm. He was chewing gum. He just simply wanted to know what was the reason he was getting pulled over, right? My whole thing is that he was very calm. He had his hands out the window at one point, even though he wasn't threatening them. There was obviously no harm, but these police officers, came out with their guns out. And what I noticed was that the younger guy was hesitant really the whole time. But the thing is that the narcissist, policemen they're a whole cult. It's a whole cult, it's a whole cult. And a lot of police officers can say, oh, well, I'm not in a cult, because you might not know that you're in a cult. You might not know that the people running this whole operation some of these people are literally possessed by demons. And, when you think about how that younger cop was looking at the whole situation, you could see it in his eyes that he was basically like, this is my boss. I have to do whatever my boss says, because if not, I'm going to get fired. Like, you can tell that he basically was like, I have to do whatever my boss does and says, and you can also tell that if he keeps up with this behavior of doing everything another cop is doing just because they've been in law enforcement longer than him, he's going to end up being just like him 20, 30 years from now. And he's going to feel entitled to do the same thing, the other cop did, because he's going to feel like he's worked for law enforcement long enough and suffered enough trauma, and, he's went through so much physically and mentally that he's going to feel like he deserves the power to have the power over someone new in law enforcement. So that's how that narcissist demon works, because if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, they use other people like they're flying monkeys to do things to you. And sometimes those flying monkeys know that the narcissist is wrong for the things that they do. And they think, oh, nothing's going to happen to me. I'm invincible. I'm just a flying monkey. Well, look now, you becoming a flying monkey for your boss might get you fired. It's going to get you and your boss fired. So the thing that people don't know is that when they're selling their souls to the devil, like that cop was doing, that younger cop, he's selling his soul slowly. That's part of the narcissist game, is that he gets you slowly. And by the time you realize the trauma and you realize everything you went through, it's like, it's too late. It already happened. And now you're angry. And of course, the serpent is going to love it that you're angry. So that's what I saw in that video. I saw that the newer cop, it was like he was in and out of consciousness. And then when the military dude, the lieutenant, came out, when he looked at his uniform, the younger dude, it was like the inner him is like, don't do it. you know, like for a second, like don't do it. And then the lieutenant's like, it's demon time, you know, like, and one thing that I also realized was that before they pulled him over, they, you know, that lieutenant that was driving that truck, he knew that there was this bad spirit after him. And what really tripped me out about the situation was that when he was talking to him in the car, when he pulled him over at the gas station, I think, he was like yelling. The big fat cop was yelling, and he was so aggressive that I was telling myself, I said, it's a demon and he's really jealous of you. He's jealous that you're a good person. He's jealous that you're calm, that you've learned how to master that demonic energy. He's mad because you're able to be successful past your traumas. You could see that the hate, it was like on another level. It had nothing to just do with race. It was like, I hate you. Then when he comes out, I was telling myself, this cop is jealous. There's this jealousy about narcissists that it's like, why are you jealous of me? You know, and sometimes the narcissist can have more than you and they're just jealous because you're a lovable person, right? You can tell that there was this jealousy there. And it's like, how can you be? It's like he knew this man for years and the kind of hate that he was giving him, it was like years of hate, right? And I'm telling myself, this man is really jealous. And when the lieutenant comes out of his truck, I see how the cop looks at him up and down. And you know what he said? He said, what's your rank? What's your rank? What he wanted to know, that demon wanted to know, he wanted to know, how much power do you have? Because I have power. Because if you notice in the beginning of the video, he tells him, you know, I don't care how much, I don't care that you're basically in the military. And then he basically tells him that he was like head honcho of the policemen, right? Like, I'm a head honcho. But you notice when he opened the door, he goes, so what rank are you in? He wanted to know, how much power do you have? It was all about power. That before he even got pulled over, he could feel his power in that truck. He felt his energy and it made him mad. He knew he was pulling over because he knew that demon in him knew that he didn't just want to pull over in the dark. He wanted to pull over somewhere where there's some light, right? That demon in him knew. He felt his power. He felt the power before pulling him over. So my whole thing with this video is that this narcissistic energy gets into people. It gets into you if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're angry, jealous, if you're not forgiving and understanding that you're in this battle alone and these people are fighting their own demons. If you can't understand that and you can't forgive and you can't understand how to stand alone in this battle, then you're going to be a target. You can't have any fear. The devil wants fear. And this is another thing before I, start ending this video, is that you have to really think about it. When the military or the police force hires people, right? They want to make sure you're dumb, you're young, you got to be young. Even in the military, there's a certain age limit. They don't want you after a certain age because chances are you've been through enough trauma by then. This is why they come to the high schools trying to brainwash kids into ROTC and then brainwash you right before you're leaving high school. They want to have full control, manipulate your brain, make you feel like you're fighting for a greater cause. But basically, you're fighting to protect all the demons. You're fighting to protect all of the people in high places that are filled with demons. And yes, I do believe that initially a lot of people go into law enforcement for a good cause. And I do respect a lot of people in the military and in law enforcement that are not demons, because there's a lot of good people that are also protecting us. So we must understand that in law enforcement, there's demons and there's people to protect the good people as well. There's so many people that initially go in for a good cause and they realize it's not what they thought it was. A lot of people in law enforcement basically just look at you like you're fresh meat. In their mind, they are looking at you like, oh, if you join us right now while you're still sleeping, then by the time that you do wake up to the evils of the world, by the time you do wake up, we'll just fire you. By the time you've had enough trauma, we'll just fire you. By the time you've had enough trauma, we'll let you stay around as long as you become like one of us and do evil things, and you better not tell. You better not tell. You better do everything that we say because we're a cult, or you better leave. And if you want to stay around and you go crazy, just know that certain things are going to happen. And if you get caught, we can't put our whole cult on the line for you. So we're going to fire you. Because we know we fucked you up. Excuse my language. We know we messed you up. We know we messed your mind up because we got you when you were young. You've been with us for 20, 30 years now. If you lose your mind and you do something where you kill someone in front of everyone, just like that case on TV, if you put yourself in that situation, we're going to have to feed you to the people because we can't put our cult on that line. But we're not going to do you bad because we know that what we did to you was wrong. We basically got you when you were naive and dumb and brainwashed, or you just really wanted to be a good cop. You didn't know that the law enforcement was filled with demons. It's not your fault. So this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to just fire you from law enforcement, but I'm not going to give you any time. So when people ask, why is it that law enforcement, they're able to kill people, they're able to do all type of crimes to people that they're supposed to protect, and instead of them doing time, they just get fired? Because the people in high places know what the type of trauma that they're going to live with themselves after they get fired. It's like the devil really just came and got you and you didn't even know it because you were trying to be a good cop. And then by the time you went crazy and all these entities jumped into you, you get fired. Now you have to live for the rest of your life thinking of all the crimes, all the things that you saw in law enforcement. You're going to have to think about all the times you saw innocent people getting arrested and the demons around you were telling you to do all these things to people that you knew didn't deserve it, but you didn't want to get fired. Just like that dude on that video. He doesn't want to get fired. He loves his job. So, but they're chipping away at your soul. So now, if you're fired, you're going to have to live in that hell for the rest of your life. And guess what? Once narcissists kick you out of your family, out of the church, out of law enforcement, you can never go back because they'll never look at you the same. They won't allow you back. You're out of the family. So now you're thinking to yourself, well, I've done all of this for law enforcement. I did so many years and I did this to help my country. And now guess what? Why do you think there's veterans all over the street and no one cares about them? Because you thought the people that were around you, especially as a veteran, you had all these people around you. And you thought these people were going to be there for you in the end, till the end. But in reality, you're just the person that is the puppet wow, there's a puppet master pulling the strings and you don't know anything about karma. So these people are selling their souls unconsciously. So by the time they do figure it out, they don't want to be treated as puppets anymore. And this is why the puppet master is not getting his hands dirty, because everyone else is doing the dirty work, only to find out that now you have to pay the price for all the people you've arrested, all the people you've killed along the way, and you're going to be a tortured soul. So when you see these cases of these officers, they're tortured souls in law enforcement. Some of them went in being evil. Some of them are in law enforcement or are in the military because their families are in the military. Their families are demons, so they're demons too. Some of them, like I said, went in being good people, and it just happened that they experienced so much mental trauma because they went in as a good person, but they experienced so much mental trauma because they believed that they were doing the right thing in that moment, only for everything to finally backfire on them. And they realized that they had a moment or an opportunity to get out. Maybe they finally woke up and realized that they have an actual dream. What killed those people or got them in bad situations a lot of times is that they had the opportunity to leave, to start all over, and they didn't. So now what happens is that the police force, they don't care about you. The military, they don't care about you. You know what they're doing? Recruiting. We need more recruitments. They're always recruiting. They're recruiting right now. They're even posting on Craigslist, Indeed, every social media job platform you can think of, asking you to join the military or the law enforcement. Why? Because they know that people are selling their souls in law enforcement, and eventually they're going to crack, and they're going to crack because they don't know the spiritual side of it. They go in there just thinking it's a job, but any job that you do is going to chip away at you. So those of you who are victims of law enforcement, my prayers go out to you, and I'm sending you guys love and light. Those of you who have family or currently work in law enforcement, I'm wishing you guys prayers and good luck, and, thank you. Please hang in there and do not lose your souls. If you're going to a job that doesn't make you happy, if you're going to a job where your boss is a narcissist and they're treating you like crap, all that stuff chips away at your soul. That's why when you walk into the building, you're like, oh, I don't want to be here. Oh, you could just feel it. The smell of it, everything, just smelling the environment. You're like, oh, and that's just my opinion on what I noticed in that video with that law enforcement. I could see the spiritual aspect of it. I could see the dog in the back. Dogs, are innocent innocent animals. And I could see that officer, that lieutenant, that was driving, I could see the good spirit in him. And, even when they slammed him on the floor, and he's like, I think he was like, what the fuck did I do? You fucking know this isn't right. Oh, no. He said, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. And they pepper sprayed him. They had him on the floor. And when I heard those screams, it was like he knew that he was calm. He knew that energy was coming for him. And he was like, I can't understand. Like, he's trying to put the pieces together. Like, why can't you see that what you're doing is messed up? Why can't you see that I'm wearing my uniform just like you're wearing your uniform? Why can't you understand that you're wearing a camera, that I might be recording you too? Why can't you understand that? Because when someone is demonically possessed, they don't care. We're living in a world now where people are going to start capturing some crazy stuff. So I do want to let you guys know that, trust me, 2021, this is just the beginning. You're going to see a lot of crazy stuff that's going to be captured A lot of these narcissists are going to spaz out, and they're not going to care who they affect. They're not going to care if they're being recorded. And when they know they're being recorded, it's going to piss them off even more because, you know, they're kind of looking at it like, oh, I've been holding this anger inside of me for so long, trying to remain calm and being sneaky. And, you know, now I know I got recorded, or I know I'm being recorded. Now I'm really going to spaz out. I'm going to show everyone how evil I really am. So these camera phones, they're not a joke. These narcissists are abusing people through even phones. You know, they're getting on the phone, and they're speaking to random people, and they're catfishing people, and they're using using their phone to stalk you, or using their phone to harassing you from different numbers, abusing you through your phone. So everything, you guys, around you is happening, at this point at a fast rate, because the narcissists have realized that you guys are figuring out who they are. You're starting to realize that that narcissist spirit is after you because you're a good person, and that it's testing you through people, and that people are going to hate you or do things to you for reasons that they don't even know why, only because they're filled with anger and hate, because they're allowing this energy to overpower them. They're allowing the darkness in them to overpower them. A lot of us have, went through darkness, and we came out, seeing the light. A lot of these people are stuck in this darkness, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. It's just darkness there. So be very careful out there. I'm sending you guys nothing but love, light, and lots of peace. Do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe, share if you'd like. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.